there, my name's Timmy Joe. I make videos about computers up here on the internet. How's it going today? Yeah, woo, quick tech. One of those things I say are going to be quick and they turn out to be 8 minutes or 12 minutes long. It's the review of the EVLVR 1 terabyte hard drive. And you're thinking, what's so special about a hard drive? Well, this ain't no old daisy-chainy, beast. It's an EVLVR. And it's Thunderbolt 3. And it's an NVMe drive. And it's packed into this little, very Mac-like looking accessory, probably for very obvious reasons. And runs Thunderbolt into that add-in card there, and gets some ridiculously good speeds, actually. And this is something you would buy if you have a really high-end laptop, because it's very hard to get Thunderbolt on anything but a high-end laptop, or maybe some X299 boards, or like me, I did complain about this in a separate video, you get a separate add-in card that's $100 that requires a bunch of tomfoolery to get set up. But we won't go there again today, because we have it working, and I want to show you some comparisons on the speed you're getting for this stuff. So, the EVLVR by Patriot, the EVLVR Thunderbolt 3 portable SSD, claiming 1500 megabytes read speed. And it's actually better than that, which is pretty interesting. So, what's your normal SSD? A Samsung Evo 860 is a really good one. Gets about 500 read, 500 write. A little bit, if you're doing 500, that's probably pretty good for a SATA SSD. And I did some other comparison tests here too. We have BPX. This is my NVMe drive. They sent this for review at one point. It does over 2,000 read and 1,500 write. That's a really fast direct connection. That's really good numbers. And that's what you're getting, basically 4 times the speed when you bump up to an NVMe drive. That's totally worth it if you're running, some high complex, big, if you're video editing or doing any sort of graphics. This is going to help get those big things in and out of RAM. We'll talk about RAM in just a second. But what if you're just taking your card out of your camera and you want to edit some 4K video off of that? What's an SD card run for speed? Well, not very good. This is supposed to be 95 megabytes a second. Crystal Diskmark's only reading this SanDisk Extreme Pro running over USB 3 connection at just shy of 93 and an 85 write speed. So you wouldn't want to ever edit 4K video off your SD cards, that is for sure. So how are we going to test this little crazy baby if it's so fast? We don't have, I actually have the Samsung installed on the test bench, so I can't quite run it off of that as efficiently as some other things. So I created a RAM disk. Great suggestion from my Thunderbolt video. Let's make a RAM disk. And I started off with 32 gigs of G-Skill, 33,000 megahertz. That's CL16. And RAM disk gets ridiculously fast, over 8,000 megabytes a second. And then I thought, what if I increase the speed of the RAM? Is that going to speed that up? That's way too fast. Like that's ridiculously fast. We're not. This is out of the realm of any known storage type right now. 8,000 megabytes a second. It's kind of ridiculous. But I actually got sent some super loose memory from Gil recently, and this is 4133 megahertz RAM, CL19. So I actually already have some 4266 megahertz CL19 G-Skill RAM, so I combine them together, which normally isn't advised, but such fast, they're both Samsung B-Die memory. I'm able to get that up and running at 3600 megahertz at CL16. Sorry. So we even got better results with the fast memory on everything but write on the Q32T1. So that's pretty fun, get really, really fast RAM speeds. So there we go. We have kind of a baseline for all of this stuff, and then you want to know maybe the price of the EVLVR. So I'm going to put this up on this screen, and that shows all of the speeds of the things and stuff. And if you wanted to buy this, it's actually on Amazon as well. It's $209.99. So the 512 meg version is actually really cheap on Amazon right now. And even look at, is there any in stock? Yeah, you can get both versions there for $329 and $209.99. So if you wanted to buy this drive, there'll be a link in the description that's actually cheaper than Newegg for pretty good prices. You can get these really fast drives. Just thought I'd pimp my Amazon affiliate link there. So here's all our results, and we're gonna pop up the Elgato so we can do some testing now. So we have Crystal Diskmark open here. And we see here that is what you're getting with this Thunderbolt drive. It's claimed over 1,500 megabytes a second. It's getting 1605 on the read and 1,043 on the write. That is really, really, really fast. That's getting up there. Maybe the NVMe drive isn't quite as good as my BPX one here. My BPX one tested really close to the Samsung when it released. I had a buddy do some benchmarks on a Samsung NVMe drive from the time, one of the, whatever, 960 Pros, and it was getting pretty close to this. So, you know, that's very fast NVMe speeds, and we see here we get 1600. That's not bad. That's very, very, very fast. I'm not sure if the Thunderbolt standard is the bottleneck here, or if it's just the NVMe drive. I'd have to take it out and test it directly on a motherboard, which we're not going to do today. But we're getting really, really, really fast speeds. That's awesome. So why don't we do some real-world testing here? I'll go ahead and I'll open up here, and I have created the RAM drive. It's the F drive, okay? And then we see the EVLVR. It's got a terabyte. I've got some files on it. Let's see how fast it reads off of this for the Prey folder, which I believe is about 15 gigabytes. So we'll copy it here. 500, 1000. So we're seeing a sustained read speed of just shy of a terabyte a second. About 900 to just now it's going down to 846 megabytes a second. So there, you don't exactly get the advertised 1500 megabytes in Windows that it can do, but that was a 15 gigabyte file that just moved over in a split second like that. So what if we get rid of the Prey folder and we copy it over so we can write to the EVLVR? Boop. So now we're going to copy Prey over, copy, and we'll see what it writes to it. So it's getting up there. All right, now we're close to a terabyte a second. That is ridiculous. 900. So it's basically getting about 850 to 950 megabytes a second read and write real world for big, complicated folders in Windows. That is really, really fast. That is completely sustainable to edit really high-end video content or something like that. Let's see, can we fit, I know one of these was a big one. What if we sort by size? Boop! Tech for 2017 is a big one, so we'll copy that over. If it's one big file, we see over a gigabyte a second. Okay, so there we go. So now if we get rid of Tech for 2017 there, and these are just video files that I was trying to find big video files to copy over. We're seeing a little bit less, 630 on a big file like that, write onto the drive. So we're seeing some real good performance. We're not quite getting what it says here, the top end for sequential Q32T1, but we're more getting the speed of the 4-kib Q828, the 830 megabytes a second read and 793 on average write. So that is very, very good performance considering, it's going faster for that type of file than my NVMe drive. So something's up there. But we're in the realm of speeds that no one's going to notice, these bottlenecks and stuff like that. So interesting that it's actually got faster, 4K Q32T1. If only I was some sort of a drive expert. So anyways, turns out that this drive is an awesome solution, and it's really too bad that Thunderbolt wasn't more widely available so we could run a very fast drive. I'd love to edit off of this. Or buy one of these, and then be able to have that functionality of just copying big files over it on one computer and bringing it over to another, because this will be, unless you have very expensive networking equipment, copying over to this and then ripping it off of it on another computer is always going to be faster than running it through my 1 gigabit network here, so this could be a really useful tool. The only problem is Thunderbolt is not a very widely adopted standard because it was so expensive to license or whatever the Intel's deal is. I've been looking a lot into Thunderbolt recently, and I see that Intel has wanted to open this up. So hopefully that happens. Because wouldn't it be nice if instead of just USB 3 over USB-C, you had Thunderbolt everywhere? That would really open up some possibilities. And I don't think, it's that expensive. It's not $3,000 laptop exclusive expensive. It's not $100 card expensive for your only Z3 70 or whatever Intel chipsets expensive. So yeah, so I'm at Watch Timmy Joe Instagram and Twitter. This is a 1 terabyte Patriot EVLVR review with an NVMe drive inside of a portable hard drive running over USB Type-C Thunderbolt, getting 1600 megabytes a second read speed in some tests. That is pretty awesome, and more like a real world scenario of about 900 megabytes a second read and write off of this thing for video editors and whatnot. I think you'll be very happy picking this up. Thanks to Patriot for sending it over. I think it's just fun to geek out on different things. It doesn't always have to be video cards or processors. We can geek out on really fast storage too. I think that's pretty fun, and I'd like to see this more often. But I think if we walk away from anything in here, it's that upgrading to NVMe just blows the performance out of the water, whether it's on a SSD like this, an external drive that you can plug in through USB-C Thunderbolt, or whether it's directly on your motherboard. It's worthwhile upgrade if you can manage it. And the prices of the VPX and like the Samsung EVOs of the day have come down quite significantly recently, so you can get pretty damn good drive for a good price. So I'll link some below or something along with the EVLVR on Amazon. I will see you guys in another video. I want to thank you very much for listening to me blather about fast storage over Thunderbolt, and I will see you guys in another video.